They've raised $5 million in the fight against COVID-19. It'll continue on Saturday with Rich Eisen and the Hall of Famer primetime Deion Sanders, so make sure you tune in.
With the 51st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Trayvon Diggs.
That's right, we got another Diggs. Can you Diggs it? We sure can. Stefan's younger brother ends up in Dallas. And Jerry, I'll tell you, if he got on the phone with his boss, it'd say, when can I come visit the yacht? Somebody's got to get out there. And then, of course, Stefan said, little bro just got drafted to America's team. That's tough. By the way, in case you're curious, the Bills and the Cowboys played last year on Thanksgiving, so they will not play each other this season. However, they did get to hang out with the commissioner.
You got to be proud of your little brother, aren't you? That's pretty cool.
100%. It was a moment that we'll never forget. We were anxious for a while, but when his phone started ringing, I was like, just grab it. It's a happy moment.
Yeah, you see, your big brother had to teach you to answer the phone to see if the Cowboys are calling, huh?
It was ringing one too many times. I was starting.
Well, I'm proud of both of you and happy for both of you. That's awesome. You both got new starts this year, huh?
Yeah, it looks that way, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you come see us, too.
I'll be there to see you. Don't worry. I can't wait. It'll be fun. It'll be coming before we know it.
I appreciate that.
And by the way, I loved your letter to Trayvon. That was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. You guys are the best. We can't wait to have both of you in the league. It's going to be fun for us.
I appreciate it, guys.
Trayvon, you worked hard for this, man. We're all celebrating you tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay, we look forward to seeing you. See you guys.
That was good stuff. All right, with the next pick, number 52 overall, the Los Angeles Rams took Todd Gurley's replacement, Cam Akers, out of Florida State. Solid kid that broke Dalvin Cook's freshman rushing record down there in Tallahassee. And Sean McVay, I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest here. I live 5 minutes from Sean McVay. My backyard does not look anything like that. You're balling. You and Cliff Kingsbury, you guys win. You guys win. It's that simple. All right, so the Rams in 2019, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley didn't exactly look like himself because of the injuries. Robert Woods, in and out. Brandon Cooks, we know about him. He's moved on. And then Cooper Kupp. So if you look at 2020, Rams are going to have a new, younger, more sleek look on offense, not only with the addition of Cam Akers, but also Van Jefferson. Yes, that is Sean Jefferson's kid. They took him in the second round with the pick that they obtained from the Houston Texans in the Brandon Cooks trade. So now the Rams, who made the Super Bowl 2 years ago and were left out of the postseason party a year ago, have a new look on offense. Steve Smith, what do you think?
I really like this pick for them with both of them. Cam is a guy that really can give them that explosiveness that they need. They already have Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson Jr., who was a third-round pick last year, but they don't really believe in those guys because they picked Cam. And Cam is showing them that he can run the ball down the field, but he also can catch the ball out of the backfield. And then Van Jefferson, you know, it's the family business. This is the second generation of football, so he understands exactly what's going on, and he doesn't need to be taught how to be a professional. It's embedded in him. So right there, you got two guys that are excellent. And Van, DJ, my favorite DJ, talked about, he reminds him of Cooper Kupp, which Cooper Kupp I love because his cup is never empty.
Steve, let me tell you, this I think these moves are terrific for the Rams. I think at the spot where they took Van Jefferson, there was a thought they might take a tackle there because, you know, Andrew Whitworth is essentially kind of year to year for them, even though he's still a good player. There was a thought they might go Ezra Cleveland. They decided not to. Cleveland went one pick later. But going with Jefferson there and the replacement of Brandon Cooks, you just mentioned how he, you know, reminds DJ and yourself of Cooper Kupp. Also, I think Robert Woods, you mentioned the professionalism, the way he carries himself, how hard he plays. That's Robert Woods. Van Jefferson played a lot of special teams at Florida, so he brings that innate toughness along with that professionalism. And Cam Akers is going to be a much better pro than a collegiate player simply by having people to block for him up front. He had to stop in the hole so many times because he just couldn't get started. I think he'll have a much better opportunity here, can catch the ball in the backfield. And remember, coming out of high school, the whole country wanted him the #1 recruit in the nation. This kid will be better and better as time goes on.
Well, having lived out in Southern California for now 20 years, I can tell you that makeovers are nothing new out in Los Angeles. So you got a new look for the Los Angeles Rams. You also have one on offense for the Indianapolis Colts. They actually traded up in the second round with the Cleveland Browns to get their running back of the future. He is truly productive. Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. You're talking about back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons, more than 6,000 total rushing yards. So he is now the guy in Indianapolis. So this is what their offense looked like a season ago. Jacoby Brissett is still there, but Phillip Rivers has been brought in. T.Y. Hilton, too banged up to really do anything on the field in 2019. So you hit the fast-forward button to 2020. Not only did they add Jonathan Taylor, I talked about them bringing in Phillip Rivers as a free agent quarterback, but also Michael Pittman, who ended up being the second pick in the second round. Really tall, rangy receiver out of USC. Very, very productive as well. And they're going to need that because it's time right now for our next-gen stats powered by AWS. The Colts just could not stretch the field. Partly, Brissett, it's not his thing throwing the ball down the field, but also they just didn't have any healthy speedsters out there that could get it done. In fact, the Colts had the fewest deep ball receptions of any receiver group, the only one with fewer than double digits. All right, Steve Smith, you just complimented the Rams on their new look offensively. What do you think of the one in Indy?
I believe it's a lot of controversy because Pittman, which he is also another second-generational NFL player now, I look at his game film and sometimes I question how fast is he because he plays fast, but he's not that quick. Right, and so sometimes his game film doesn't really speak to how big of an impact he's going to play, but he is a high point ball catcher. But then also with Jonathan Taylor, which is really remarkable, he doesn't really catch the ball out of the backfield as good as you would like the way Frank Wright wants to run that offense with Phillip Rivers, but he does run the ball downhill. And Marlon Mack, he's really kind of struggled. When he's healthy, he's fantastic. But that's the problem. If he's not healthy, they can't count on him. And what do they say? You can't make the club in the tub. And so I really find this is an interesting pick. It kind of pushes some people out to understand that really, where do you sit with this team? And them drafting in the second round says you don't sit well with this team.
Steve, when you said you can't make the club in the tub, all of a sudden I'm shuddering, remembering my time in college, trying to get right so I could get back on the field. I think they were going to retire a training table in my honor at one point because I wasn't out there enough. But the tub, that's the old cold tub or hot tub where you're in there getting your rehab all the time for all you youngsters who may not know what that means. But here's the bottom line. Jonathan Taylor, as a hammer-type running back with open field speed, matches up very well with what Indianapolis likes to do on offense. Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson, Braden Smith at right tackle, Mark Lewinsky at right guard, Anthony Costanzo at left tackle. They want to beat you up front. He wants to beat you up running the football, and then when he gets to second, third level, he can take off and go. Matt gives you good possibilities as well. He probably becomes RB2. Nyheim Hines wasn't on the list, but he's that flashy guy that you can move around. He can run it. He can catch it, jet sweep him. You can do a bunch of things. And now Pittman becomes the big body receiver to help out Phillip Rivers to go with the speed of T.Y. Hilton. That's what they're counting on, the way that Pittman goes up and catches a football. You want a fun tape, Steve? I hate it. Probably not fun for you. But that Pittman against Utah last year, that was one of his better games, one of his better tapes.
I know. Hey. That's part of one of the things why I don't think it's a good pick, because he shredded my Utah Utes, right? But I do think he can play. when you really look at it, especially when you put him against T.Y. Hilton, he doesn't look like he's running very fast if you compare to T.Y. Hilton. So that's my comparison.
Well, you know what Michael Pittman Jr. has? He's got one thing over his dad. He got drafted